Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
I'm going to talk about Zombie Teenz Evolution a little bit without doing any spoilers, but there might be a minor spoiler to the game at the end, but I will definitely tell you before I get to that section. So Zombie Teenz Evolution is a sequel to a game called Zombie Kids. Zombie Kids was a legacy games for children, but it was very simplistic. Zombie Teenz ups that a little bit, but it's still a kids game. It's still very mainstream friendly, but there's a little bit more going on. The majority, this is not a spoiler, you're going to know this from the moment that you kind of open up the box, is that it's going to be about having these 4 crates in different portions of the square of the map, and you have to bring them into the center. The way you do that is by building a chain of your characters. So one person is being in one room, another one, another one, another one, and it costs an action to do so. That's easy, right? Simple. Just line them up and do it. The problem is the board is going to be filling up with different zombies, and you're going to kind of have to maintain the zombies, kind of like Pandemic-esque. You're going to have to maintain the zombies to a number that you can live with, and then accomplish those goals that you want to do in the game. Now, the game's going to have you unlock envelopes, so things are going to change a little bit. Different things are going to pop up throughout the game, and that's going to change your experience somewhat. In some cases, a lot. In some cases, very, very little. And it's incremental as you go through. Now, the game is fun, and I like the core game. I like the core game better in Zombie Teenz than I do Zombie Kids, although both are fine for the target audience. The zombies and all this are kind of played for laughs. If you've read the book Last Kid on Earth, it's a lot like that, where it's like you're taking them out with super soakers and stuff, and it's not gore, and it's not scary really in any way. If you have a kid who's very timid, perhaps, but most kids that can watch Goosebumps would be far surpass what this game is bringing. Now, one of the cons of the game is that core mechanism, you are playing it a lot. And that might be great for you. You might be like, great, I'm going to get a lot of bang for my buck. And you are going to get a ton of bang for your buck in this game. You're going to be playing it a lot, over and over and over again. And your family's going to want to in order to open everything up. And that opening up of envelopes is going to bring new excitement into the game. But the con of the game is you are going to be playing that core game a lot. And there are times where you open something up and you meet all of the requirements, as we did, especially as you get better at the game, and you're going to be like, oh, I got to play it 4, 5, 6 more times just because the game said so. And you might want to hurry that up a little bit. You can put more brains down if you want to and kind of speed that up, but it wasn't as much fun. The fun of this game, especially after you played it 15, 20, 25 times, is in opening envelopes. And what else is new? You can spread it over time. Man, it took us like 3 years to get through this, I'm going to be honest. Just because it's not like we were continuously playing. Sometimes we would kind of play through it and then be like, okay, hey, let's do a night of this and get through 4 or 5 games. We've taken this game on vacation and we played it. Bang for your buck, we definitely got that. We played the heck out of this game. This is probably one of the most played games that we've ever had, and the legacy portion of the game is what drives that. If you're into opening up the envelopes and seeing the game change, then so be it. This game is going to be a very fun experience for your kids and for you, and it kind of gives you something like you can keep coming back to and having this excitement as you're going through, even though it becomes a little monotonous towards the end, to be honest, as you're going through. Now, here's a small spoiler. This is not going, I'm not going to talk too in depth about this, but I just kind of want to hit on it, that the game is replayable when you are done. There's a mode that's going to be released at the end. I won't go too much into it, but there is a mode that will be released at the end that will make the game replayable. So don't feel like, even if, I played this game almost to the point of boredom, where it's like, we're done with this game. We don't want to play it anymore. Maybe in a year or two, we'll pack it back out and play the new mode a couple more times. But just the core thing, it overstayed its welcome just a tad opening up all those boxes, and we kind of pushed through at the end, like, whew, let's get through this. Versus like, yeah, let's get through this, because we had pretty much opened everything. There's some neat things that happen at the end. Oh, one thing I should say is that as you're opening stuff, there's a comic book that will be revealed. And when you're done opening everything, I'm not going to tell you spoilers about the story, but you're going to have like kind of the story that you played will be told in comic book fashion. And that's really cool. That's not really a spoiler. That you kind of get that from when you first start, because you're going to start the comic book day one. So you kind of go know that's what you're building. That's a really cool thing, and it all comes together at the end. You have a little comic book, and that's really neat. So this has been a huge win for our family. Great value. If you want to stick to it until the end, you're going to get a lot of game in this. If you're on a limited budget, yeah, this is a game to get because you're going to want to play it over and over and over again. You're really going to get that feeling that I spent my money wisely on this game versus something you might play 3, 4, 5 times and be like, oh, I'm kind of done with that. Even though you might feel like that after 10, 15th play, you're going to keep going because you want to open everything and see what else is there. And eventually you're going to get a game at the end that you can play through, and that's pretty cool too. So this has been a huge win, one I highly recommend. I do probably recommend this over Zombie Kids. It's not really like it's a sequel. You have to play the first one before you play the second one, but I'm glad I did just the same. So Zombie Teenz is a big winner, one I ultimately recommend to any family. If you like legacy games at all and you want to play one with your children, start here. This is a great place to be. What a wonderful game. And we look forward to playing the third iteration of this, which I think is more of an escape room than a legacy game, but I haven't got that far yet. But for now, Zombie Teenz is probably the best in this series that I played, but I can highly recommend, and that's not a negative comment on Zombie Kids at all. Check you out next time. If you like this video, please give me a like, maybe a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.